G'day folks, just a little wander around the scrapyard and a quick little ramble about, I guess, the state of the channel and the shop and all that kind of thing, and coming up with ideas on, well, A, I want to get back into it, and B, I want it to be sort of self-sustaining, because I'm working for myself right now, and it works, but it doesn't work the greatest. It's a bit hard keeping up with bills and things, just doing odd machining jobs and that kind of thing, so I figured since everyone's gone down the route of using Patreon these days, which is a great idea, I might give it a go myself. That way I can fund greater projects, give more back to the audience, who've been very loyal and friendly for the whole last 10 years or so. And it'll be a good way to get back into it, and also pay the power bill and those sorts of things, because right now it's a little bit hard. I can't afford new tools. I can barely afford new projects, and yeah, it's just tough. So I don't know. I've been watching or listening to some of AVE's vlogs and things like that, and what he says about how he runs his channel, that kind of thing. I mean, he's doing really well. He can afford to go out and spend $1,000 buying such and such a widget at auction and take it apart and possibly never even use it again. So yeah, I'd like to be able to get it to that point where I can do that kind of thing. A couple of LCD and CRT in there. A bunch of old TVs around now. But yeah, let me know what you think. Like a good reward system I've got to come up with. Won't necessarily be projects and like buy these parts and make such and such a project off the bat. It'll be a gradual thing, but maybe patrons can see content before anyone else does, that kind of thing. Whatever. I don't want it to be too time consuming on my end, but hey, I've got time on my hands right now, so why not make it work? That'd be cool if it wasn't so rusty. Make some little Australia shaped spatulas. Old injection moulding tools. So yeah, fun and games, and lots of scrap. Injection moulding tool components. Fairly recent. I think I saw this a couple of weeks ago and everything was spotless. Moving cores. Cam pins go through there and they move in and out when the die opens. Yeah. So, getting distracted by all the awesomeness around here. I don't need a truck project, especially one that's got that much cancer. She dead. The frame looks alright. I mean, it'd be a good frame, but the tray's gone. It's sitting on blocks of wood. Nothing wrong with that though. Big 6-cylinder diesel. Yeah, anyway, what was I saying? Just trying to get back into things. I'm getting my health sorted out. That's a start. Selling a lot of bits and pieces, just making room for new projects, but it's just a matter of keeping up with it and all that good stuff. Maybe even try a bit of art welding. I mean, I couldn't afford to come in and just buy up bits of plate and whatever, and just got to be able to manoeuvre it once it's done, because art welding gets quite heavy. That's a brilliant taper lock bush. I mean, that's a big shaft. Big shaft. Or paddle mixer scrap. Big chain. Yeah. So that's a sort of an idea that I've got going on. I mean, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It'll be sort of like a donate what you can afford thing. There won't be any special requirements for being able to use content or view content. It'll just be a case of, if you want to donate $1 a month or $100 a month, you do what you can afford. Even if it's, I mean, €1 is worth a lot more than Australian dollar, so whether it's 25 euro cents a month, I don't care. It'll just be something like that, purely voluntary, and you're not going to miss out. If you can't afford anything, no big deal. You're not going to miss out on any content. Patrons and subscribers, just standard subscribers, unpaid subscribers, will still end up getting the same videos that I shoot. Like if I shot one out here today, separately doing something or making something, you'd all see it. So you're not going to miss out. It's just, there's a good way to go about funding bigger and better projects like this thing here. I'll put that aside for myself. It looks like what's left of an old trencher or a stump grinder. And it's, yeah, kind of cute. It's missing its engine and hydraulic pump, but I've got a nice little diesel engine kicking around that'd go well. Yeah, it's probably an old Rayco or something like that. It's got that colour to it. Controls are all hacked out. So yeah, interesting. Let's put a seat on it again and away you go. I'm thinking it was a stump grinder. There's trucks, there's another paddle mixer over there intact. It's nice when they cut things up like that, because that thing's been sitting there for ages because no one really wants to deal with cutting it up. Whereas if it comes in like this, it can just go straight in the inside bin. Or oversized like some of those beams over there. There's some massive bits. So yeah, that's sort of how it's at. Eventually, shit, if things work out really well, get a bigger property. Then I can bring a project like this home, which is kind of rusty, but not unfixable. An old red rattler, an old International Acco. Flat nose cab over, or semi cab over Acco. Kind of cool. Some tear weight, gross weight. She's a bit ruined. I've got other footage of wandering around for numerous times, but yeah, I just figured I'd do a one shot, throw it up today and see what comes of it. Yeah, and yes, that is exactly what it looks like. I thought the seat cover was fruity enough, and then I saw that, I was like, ah, okay, I know. I don't think a bloke's been driving this truck. It might be. It might be a bit of both. Who knows? Yeah, it's just a bit sad. But yeah, big project. Big trucks are big projects no matter what you do. Whether you're putting a new tray on it or a new cab or whatever, that's big enough. And then you've got to do all the brakes. Oh, this needs all new tyres, new everything, and that's a lot of money. So yeah, what do we got to? Oh, shit, I've actually cleaned the SD card out this time. I've got memory left. Yeah. So let me know in the comments, just see what you think. I mean, it's purely voluntary. You're not going to miss any videos if you don't. I mean, if you can't pay, you're not going to miss any videos. You just might see them a little bit later, and might not be able to get in on things like group buys or projects. Like if I wanted to get a heap of printed circuit boards made up for a specific Aussie 50 project or something, that'd be sort of a Patreon exclusive thing. Whereas, yeah, you could possibly buy them on eBay or something. I mean, there'd always be an option. It's not like it'd be purely exclusive. It'd just be buy the kit for $25 on eBay, or get it for free as a mail out for being a Patreon. And I'll be getting myself into a lot of hard work mailing out 150 or 200 or even 1,000 kits, but still, it's not that unrealistic. This is in-size iron. It's an old Massey Ferguson tractor dash panel. Yeah. Someone did ask me what scrap grading is like over here, and I don't know all the ins and outs, but this is what you call oversize. The big recyclers will take it as it is, but they have to shear it or gas axe it. You'll get a lower rate if they have to do that, because it's more labour, more work, more gas. Cut into pieces, it would go as this, which is in-size iron. Small pieces like rotors, crankshafts, engine blocks, beam sections, offcuts of steel, you name it. Heavy though, not like a bin load of this sort of thing, like paint tins and appliance waste like over there. That's called pressings. It's a lower grade stuff. They don't care if there's a bit of that shit like trolley tyre or something in the in-size pile. It's always going to get cross-contaminated, but you get a much better rate if you ship a bin that's largely this. Provided you can freight it, because in-size gets heavy real quick and the trucks have weight limits, so it's just a balancing game really. And if they tip it out and they see it's 25% pressings and the rest of it's in-size, well, you'll get a better rate anyway. The scrap companies grade it on the fly. There's no arbitrary rule that says just because it's got a bit of crap in it, like baling strap or something like that, they're going to downgrade it to pressings. So yeah. Non-ferrous, well, you got things like electric motor scrap. That'd go as electric motor. That wouldn't, because it's got such a big pump on it. Aluminium, Irony Alley is basically aluminium with non-aluminium components like steel or plastics and stuff in it, to a certain degree. Like a cast iron engine block with aluminium heads is not Iron, but a complete all aluminum engine like there was a Subaru Boxer engine over there a while ago I nearly picked up. That's Iron because the block and everything's alley. Copper's the same. You've got different grades from everything from brand new shiny cable offcuts all the way down to burnt or contaminated copper with lots of paint and brazing and crap on it. So yeah, this is the pile of dead everything as it stands. Big compressor there. It's the same as the there's two actually. It's the same as the one on my carrier refrigeration pump unit, which again is a project which was funded through actually I bought it through YouTube ad revenue. The ads that you see pay for those projects, and I don't know, I guess my health went down the hill a bit and I stopped doing that sort of thing, but I'm feeling better now to a degree. Someone needs a seat for their CRX. I got one right here, mint condition, as new. Pick up only. So that's Iron Alley. It's got steel bolts in it. A lot of those pumps, I think they're sewage pumps or something. And again, you get deductions for tyres, gas bottles especially. They hate gas bottles. Big deductions for them. You've got to make sure they're either cut in half or just not in the bin. There's a waste levy on every bin because you get plastics like that TV down there, rubber, small amounts of rubber, that kind of thing. It's just big tyres, gas bottles, pressure vessels like air tanks, anything that can go boom in the furnace or contain large amounts of flammable liquid, like beyond a lawnmower fuel tank with gas in it, that's okay, but a car with a full gas tank, no good. And yeah, things that have a large quantity of oil in them, again, if they see that pour out on the ground, they're going to complain about it. You get a deduction. Yeah, so, and brass, there's different grades of brass, there's different grades of bronze, everything's separated because they all go to a different price. There's no point in paying $1 a kilo for stuff that's got steel and crap in it, and you're not going to be able to sell for $1 a kilo. You don't make any money, you lose it. So yeah, it's an interesting way of doing it, but it works. And if you're smart about it, when you go to the scrapyard, get your load prepared beforehand, sort it all out. The scrap guy will like it, he'll probably pay you more for it, and everyone will be happy. But if you show up with a pile of crap, mixed crap, that's completely unsorted, they've got to go through and sort it for you on site and all that kind of thing, generally they don't like it. They might not give you or they'll give you a lower rate if it's all contaminated. They won't sort it down to every nut and bolt, but they'll like if you bring in a bucket load of copper scrap which has got bare copper and PVC coated electrical cable in there, they're going to pay you PVC cable, so you'll get $3 a kilo as opposed to about $6, half the price. So sort and grade your scrap, and the scrap man will love you for it, and they'll give you a better dollar. Anyway, I think I'm going to go and have breakfast, or well, second breakfast, and I'll see you all later and see what people say, what people think about this. I have no idea what that is, but it looks heavy, and it's insulated too. I've got no idea what that is. It'd be interesting to open it up, but that door looks awfully heavy. So yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.